All right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praise and glory to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, QADASH. I want to give double honors to your apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well. And I want to send salutations to all your brothers, pushers, worth in truth and sincerity. All right, this is going to be a lesson done in spirit and power. YAHAWAH, Shai, Lord willing to edify the flock of the Lord, man. All right, in this lesson, I want to open up with this scripture here, man, just to convey the message that I'm trying to support here, man. Okay, because what we're witnessing right now, and basically play out throughout the world, man, is basically the prophecies of this book being fulfilled day by day, man. Every day it's a new prophecy, man. Every day we're seeing, basically everything, all the pieces of this puzzle coming together, man. Okay, so that's why the scriptures say in the book of Habakkuk 2:1, I will stand upon my watch. All right, and that's basically what us brothers, man, men of the Lord that have been called to do this work are doing, man. We're basically standing upon the watch, which is basically to, watch for day-to-day events, watch for the prophecies to unfold and give the warning to the people, man. All right, and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. You see, because we come with the words of YAHAWASHI, man. We're making known the deep mysteries of the scriptures to the people, man. All right, and we're making it plain. Okay, it says verse 2, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon the tables, that he may run that readeth it. All right, for the vision, and this is the point I'm trying to get. The vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. All right, and there's particular situations happening right now in the world, man, that link up with the prophecies on what will be happening in the latter days, man. For example, the MOTB, man. The works or the groundwork or the foundation of all this is being set up right now as we speak, man. With this whole jab, with these whole mandates, all this is going to lead to the implementation of the MOTB, man, which is going to come in the form of a RFID microchip. All right, but we're going to concentrate on another topic right now, which we're going to get right now into an article. But it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. And this is the way that it's speaking, man. Things are happening where men that have their eyes to see and ears to hear will link everything up with the scriptures, right? You see, because which we're gonna grab the article right now. It says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. All right, because it's not gonna tarry no more, man. For a long time, it seemed like nothing was happening. What I'm saying? But now, everything's speeding up, man. Because the elect, the scriptures say once the elect were sealed, then everything was gonna speed up. All right, for the elect's sake, those days should be shortened. All right, so this takes me to this, man. I said all this to go into this topic here, man. And this is basically the scriptures and Revelation speaking, man. How, basically the allies of the whore, which is America, Babylon the Great, they're turning they're turning against her, all right? And they're basically setting up, everything's being set up for all these nations to shoot missiles at this land, man. All right, so it's basically going into the situation with France, one of the biggest allies of America, man. France been joined hand in hand with America since the war of the Revolution War, man. When basically this kingdom was set up. All right, so the secret talks. This is from the New York Times. Secret talks and a hidden agenda behind the U.S. defense deal that France called a betrayal. In meeting after meeting with their French counterparts, U.S. officials gave no heads up about their plans to upend France's largest defense contract. You see, because there was basically with this all has to do with Australia, man. Basically what the U.S. did, they went up in there, offered the Australians a way better deal where, way better deal for the Australians in the sense that, they get better technology, but it undermined France, man, because France already had a deal with the Australian nation, to basically provide the Slovakia, basically to provide the Australian army with a bunch of submarines, man. All right, So it says the United States and Australia went to an extraordinary lengths to keep Paris in the dark as they secretly negotiated a plan to build nuclear submarines, scuttling France's largest defense contract, and so enraging President Emmanuel Macron that on Friday he ordered the withdrawal of France's ambassadors to both nations, man. You see, man, this is beautiful. And this is Joel 3, man. You know, the Lord is getting these nations ready for war, man. Primarily these American, so-called American allies, man. All right? War is being brewed right now, man. You know, the Most High setting all the pieces where they're supposed to go so that this Third World War can get kicked off, man. All right? So it says the United States and Australia went to extraordinary lengths to keep Paris in the dark as they secretly negotiated a plan to build nuclear submarines. Scuttling, let's get that word, scuttling. Scamper, hasten to make haste to brush, all right? France's largest defense contract, and so enraging President Emmanuel Macron that on Friday he ordered the withdrawal of France's ambassadors to both nations. Mr. Macron's decision was a stunning and unexpected escalation of the breach between Washington and Paris on a day that the two countries had planned to celebrate an alliance that goes back to the defeat of Britain in the Revolutionary War. Yet it was driven by France's realization that two of its closest allies have been negotiating secretly for months. According to interviews with American and British officials, the Australians approached the new administration soon after President Biden's inauguration and said they had concluded that they had to get out of a $60 billion agreement with France to supply them with a dozen attack submarines. All right, so basically what's happening, man, you know, America's playing the bully, all right? And not only is he doing it, you know, because he's known to do it with all these other nations, man, but now he's doing it with their allies, all right, with his allies. You know, just like he did with Germany a few years back, you know, with the whole deal with the Nord Stream pipeline, man, that Russia's building, all right, that's working with hand in hand with the Germans and with a lot of European nations that are going to profit off this deal, man. All right. So you see, basically these nations are getting tired of America, man. All right, because of all the bullshit that they have to put up, you know, to make deals and basically keep the peace with Babylon the Great. All right. So it says this is Revelation 17 and verse 16. Actually, I'll start at verse 15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth are people and multitudes and nations and tongues. You see, because America has their hand in everything in the whole world, man. You know, they basically rule the whole world through their corporations, through their central bank. You know, through the central bank primarily, okay? Which was, you know, created to basically economically enslave these nations. All right, so this is verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, and these are the, you know, basically NATO, man, and the EU nations, you know, the beast system. All right, but the 10 horns are the 10 original nations that made up this the original EU, man, the League of Nations, you know, which go back to the 10 common economies of the Roman Empire, man. All right, which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore and shall make her desolate, you know, which are Germany, Germania Minor, Germania Major, Britain, France, Spain, okay, and all these other nations, man. All right, these shall hate the whore and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So these 10 horns, man, these shall hate the whore, and that's they're in the beginning process of it. That's why you have France, Germany, you know, even Britain, man. All right, they're all getting tired of America's BS. Switzerland, all right, what else? Italy, okay, all these nations, man, they're part of these 10 horns that the Bible speaks about, man. And what does it say? These shall hate the whore and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire, man. So that's the point I brought up with Habakkuk, the second chapter, the 3rd verse. Because, hey, man, the scriptures are speaking, man. Everything that the scriptures said will happen is happening, you know. And you have the prophets right now that are breaking it down to you, man. You know, whether you want to receive it or not. You know, the truth is out there, man. All right. So it says, for the Most High have put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, unto the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth, man. Okay, because power was given unto the beast, man, to rule up basically the whole earth. All right, so this is the book of Habakkuk 1 and 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy, you know, so all those men that were at peace with thee, man. All right, let's get the word confederacy. Those that are a covenant and alliance, those that are a pledge and allegiance with thee, those that made a treaty, a league, ordinance, an agreement and alliance, man. All right, so all these nations that are in league with you, man, you know, all your so-called allies that go to war with you, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, man. And that's the only reason these nations continue to make business with America, man, because they fear the military might that this nation possesses, man. That's the only reason that these nations still keep at certain peace with America, Babylon the Great, man. But they hate this place, man. All right. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prepared against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. You see, so hey, basically the Lord, man, you know, he's doing away with this place, man. And it all goes back to the what is it? This is Daniel 7 and 20. It goes back to this. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even of that horn that had eyes and a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows, man. And that's basically talking about America, Babylon the Great, man, because that's how they ruled. The word stout, it goes into superior, man. Which, let's get it real quick. And those 3 kingdoms are the French, the Britain, and the Spanish, man. The hell? It is stout. So let's get it. A great captain of the chief, you know. So America's basically the captain or the chief of all these other nations, man, that are in league with them. All right, and part of it, you know, the stoutness of it is that they think they're superior than everybody else, man. They think they're superior than the Europeans. All right, and that superiority is annoying the hell out of all these nations, man. That ultimately they're gonna make war with the horde. All right, and this is all prophecy, man. This is the beginning stages of the fulfillment of Revelation, the 17th chapter, the 16th verse, man. All right, so we're living in high prophetic times, man. You know, we're living at the end of this society, and we're seeing it crumble from the inside out, man. You know, because the scriptures say a kingdom that's divided against itself, that kingdom shall not stand, man. And all these are Edomites that are coming up against each other, man. All right, but with that, brothers, you know, I pray the lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahawah, BAHA YAHAWASHI, BAHA QADASH, the honors, the apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule well. And salutations to all your brothers, Christians, worth in truth and sincerity. I want to say shalom.